Hi Aries, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-September 2023 love reading. Thank you to those of you who viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, sort of what we have in front of us, it's why I call it a bridge and a gap spread. And the way it works is I look at the past, present, and future energies between you and your main love interest. Once we get through all that, we'll pull some oracle cards for some initial insight. That's where the bridge and the gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Romantic Tarot. And also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel like it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the Seven of Staves. So this is a Leo energy here, and it could just be saying that you might have been pretty guarded toward this person in the past regarding a connection. You might have felt like they were coming on a bit too strong for your liking, which sounds a little rare for Aries, right? But yeah, I feel like that might have been one of those things where maybe the approach just seemed a little bit too intense for you at the time in the past. All right, past energy on their side, we have Judgment. So for some of you, that might at least point to why there might have been some resistance on your part, because maybe the two of you have more of a history, and this could have been them approaching for a second time, possibly even a third time, right? Just one of those things where this was someone you already had an experience with, and this was them trying to come back around and initiate the connection between the two of you again, and you might have been guarded toward that at the time. Right, present energy on your side, we have the Two of Cups. So to me, this looks like more of an openness toward the connection, obviously, compared to in the past, right? And then we do see that, unlike a lot of Two of Cups energies in a lot of decks that look very bright, vibrant, and sunny, here we see there's lightning in the background. Clearly, there's been a storm going on. One of the cups is knocked over, right? So it could just be saying one of those things that maybe it's been a bumpy ride for you guys to get to this point, but in the present, it seems like the two of you connecting a lot better. Right, present energy on their side, we have the Seven of Cups. So, seeing this actually, now this isn't going to be for all of you, but the way this could actually be playing out for some of you could just be saying that they might have even taken an approach of approaching you in a more anonymous way, right? So maybe they made some new account on social media, let's say, right? And they've been interacting with you that way, and you're not even aware that's that person. Now, of course, that obviously, like I said, it's not going to be for all of you, but seeing the mask on that person there and Seven of Cups energy pointing to a little bit of confusion in general made me think of that initially. But if not that, yeah, it could just be saying that it looks like they are trying to be more romantic at this time, but there could still be a little something that they might be hiding. It doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing, but that's what I see there. All right, future energy on your side, we have the Princess of Arrows. So this is actually the equivalent of the Page of Wands in traditional tarot. The Page of Swords. So it could just be one of those things where now you might actually, well, in the future, find yourselves more open to expressing your feelings for this person, but at the same time still having a little bit of nervousness around that. So we see the butterflies there. That makes you think of that term, butterflies in your stomach. And then if we think of the Page of Swords energy in a lot of decks, they seem to have a stance that seems to like a little bit of confidence, right? So it's like they're not as experienced with expressing themselves in that way. So that could be what you guys be feeling in the future. All right, and future energy on their side, we have the Moon. So looking at the artwork here, looks like, again, like I said, it looks like they're definitely going to be kicking up the romance on their end. And for some of you, given that there will be a full moon in your sign toward the end of September, that could be pointing to the timing as far as when they will kick things up as far as that goes. All right, bottom of the deck on your side, we have Power. So this is actually the equivalent of the Emperor in traditional tarot, which is the major arcana card for your sign. But yeah, it could just be saying that maybe that's why you felt a little bit intimidated by this person, right? Because you might have viewed them as an equal. So it might have just been one of those things that caught you off guard and then even made you reevaluate, were you ready for that type of connection too? Right. And bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Two of Pentacles. So this could be a bit of a wishy-washy energy at times, right? And if we look at the artwork there, we see the one child there looks like they're a little nervous, right? And like not as into the situation. So it could just be one of those things where, for one, given that we do see two children there, it could just go to show that, like I said, maybe the two of you have known each other for a really long time. But if not, that could just be saying that maybe at one point they were the ones who were a little bit unsure, right? So, like I said, when they come back around more passionately now, that could have been why you regarded toward them like, okay, in the past you weren't necessarily open to this. Why all of a sudden do you seem to have such an openness to it, right? But it does look like they are being genuine. But yeah, that's what I see with that. All right, moving on to the Oracle cards now. First, we'll see what we get from the Messages of Oracle Cards deck here. Just gonna pull one single card from this deck. All right, and next we'll see what we get from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Same situation as the single card from here, and then we'll read the messages from both cards and wrap the reading up with those. All right, and this doesn't want to go back in the deck, so let's see what we got from the Messages of Love first. Okay, we have interference. It says an external party is intruding on this relationship. All right, so interesting. I definitely don't see an outside interference energy, at least in this current spread. So at the very least, that could possibly be what might have caused a bit of a rift between the two of you in the past, whether you're aware of that or not, or whether they're aware of that or not. But yeah, that could be what that's pointing to there. Because like I said, seeing the Two of Cups energy, it looks like there might have been a rocky start to get to this point, but it looks like you are a lot more open to the connection in the present. And let's see. All right, then we have mending. There's the artwork, and the number is 52. So yeah, to me, this is another indicator that you guys have a bit more of history than we could see in just this small spread, but we'll see what it has to say. I think at least one or two other signs got this month too, which could just be a result of the Venus retrograde energy recently wrapping up, and now Mercury retrograde as well is about to join that. But yeah, let's see what it says. Okay, the relationship message says you've come to a place where forgiveness is necessary if you are to move forward. Separate or together, you and the other person are still experiencing the effects of a hurt that is impacting everything you do, even if you're not aware of it. The energy needs to clear. What must you do to bridge this gap? Closing your heart is not the answer. You have the power to heal this wound. Ask yourself, what would love do? Only good will come of forgiveness and an honest redress. So yeah, like I said, it looks like there might have been some kind of split between the two of you in the past, which would represent, and like I said, it might have been this person who might have caused it in some way, or this external party, right? But it looks like you were guarded toward them returning in the past. Looks like there's some more openness to it in the present, and it looks like there is the potential for things to improve between the two of you in the future. So hopefully that resonates with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you next month. All right, bye.